Hey team, time to get back to some more training. We're going to be going back over the Zendesk app, or Base as you're going to hear us call it from time to time. This app is incredible for helping you manage and maintain your time. Okay, so get used to the app, play around with it, get good at using this program. Because if you can't track it, you can't manage it, and you can't improve. So your main screen is going to show your weekly and your monthly numbers, and you can view your reports right here in the app and online. And we're going to go through the online portal on a different date. But here we're looking at just how to track it when you're out in the field. So you can see your kilowatt hours, and your kilowatts are going to be broken up into the dollar amount. So if you see $12.90, it's actually a 12.9 kilowatt system. As we continue to develop this app, it's going to be more streamlined. So bear with us during those processes. But right now, it's really good at helping us manage our time. And a couple ways that we do that is by checking our alerts. In the top corner, you're going to have your alert center. It's going to tell you kind of what you need to do. So for instance, here in the proposals area, we have create a lot of proposals. So every time you create a pin and a deal gets created, it's going to tell the proposals team to create a proposal. When you guys create a pin, it's going to remind you to do a couple things, like send a welcome email, or when you sell a system, to send a thank you email to the customer. So make sure to go through here and check off all of your tasks on a daily basis. The projects team will be assigning you tasks if there's things that you need to do, like clean up the portal, so they're not sitting in there for too long. You're going to be looking at a couple other things on this main page as well, including your activity. Check this every single morning. Check it randomly throughout the day just to see if anything's been changing. So for instance, a packet needs to be updated. There's been agreements that have been put together. Proposals have been uploaded. So this is going to tell you what's happening on your customers' projects, so you can see exactly what you need to do to prepare for your day. In the leads section, we've been through that before and how to create our leads. A couple of important things that we need to do when we're out here is, let's say we're looking for specific customers, okay? If we click on the filter button up here at the top, we can add different fields. So for instance, let's go to, I want to see everybody that added on yesterday. And you click the back button and you close it, and it's only going to show you pins from over there depending on who was in that area. When you scroll in, it's only going to be showing those. So let's go say we have to go back and visit this customer. Whether you're running an appointment, you're re-knocking a door, you're going back to sign paperwork with the customer, it doesn't matter what the instance is. Whenever you go back, you always log a visit. Hop in your app and click log visit, and you'll select the outcome of what it was. Were you there to turn the system on? Were you there to provide additional support? Were you introducing the installers? Were you getting additional paperwork done? Was it a go back, a canceled? Do you have to reschedule it? Did it run, or was there just no answer? These are going to be very important, because it's going to help you keep tabs on if you followed up with a certain customer. It's also going to help your managers see how they can help you hone your skills. In the notes section, put anything noteworthy. If there was more cars there than before, a certain conversation that you guys got into, if there was any type of questions that you couldn't answer for the customer, you can put that right there in the notes and then back out, and you're good to go. That's exactly all you need to do every time you log a visit. In the contact section, whenever you create a deal, you're going to have all of your contacts here. So you can go through, you can contact the customer, you can filter them by name, you can change the lists up here, and we want to stay in our contacts, and then again you can filter them out. Last activity date's going to be a really good friend for you. So you can go within the last year, within the last 30 days, within the last week, and just keep tabs with your customers and see when the last time you contacted a certain customer was, so that you can get back in there and make sure that they stay fresh. If you have had contact with a customer within 30 days and there is open communication with that customer, that is your customer. And the one way that we're going to be able to tell is if you're logging visits, if you are sending emails through the app, if you are doing your phone calls and your, all communications through the app, is going to be the way to protect yourself from making sure that you get to keep your deals and they're not working with somebody else. Now, your contact section is more than just generating leads and having them transfer over to deals. This can be for anything that's going to help you in contacts. Put your manager's contact information, your team contact information, the office, follow-ups, recruits. This is your little phone book for work. You can keep it separate from your phone. So you can have all of your stuff in here separate from what's in your phone. You can add it just by adding the plus button right here on the very top, and you can do it there. Now, when you click on a lead, which I just did, when you click on a lead, you can edit everything in the top right-hand corner if you need to. You can edit the appointment. You can edit the address, the name, whatever you got to do. For instance, this is a lost prospect. If we click on edit, we can change all that type of stuff. When we scroll down where it says lost prospect, we can click on that and we can put current or non. We can put current customer, past customer. Edit their address, edit their name, and then down at the very bottom, edit their appointment. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that out for now. Just like in your lead section, you do have a map section as well, so that you can check on all your contacts directly by map. When you click this button down here, this is what we were talking about earlier. It's going to bring you to where you're currently standing. So right now I'm in the office, so it's going to bring me directly there, and that's where my map is going to be located. In your deal section, you're going to have your prospecting, qualified, quoted. Sorry about that. Closure, won, unqualified, and lost. Now, these are really important to update. When you transfer something as a deal and it's set as an appointment, it's going to be in prospecting or incoming is how it's going to show on the online portal. This shouldn't stay there unless there's no proposal created. So for instance, it's the 24th today. We still have some in here from the 22nd, 23rd, and the 20th. You need to go in there on a daily basis and update these. So that way the projects team knows and they can see where the proposals are that need to be made and what dates they need to be made for. We're also going to be looking at the qualified section. Once the proposal's made, the projects team is going to move it into qualified. Once they're here, again, update. If something happened, you need to change their status. So let's go down to one of them down here on the bottom that's kind of old. You can change the status just by sliding it over. It's going to go from qualified to quoted, and you can put exactly what happened inside of there. Make sure you put notes. It's always a good idea to put the notes immediately after the contact with the customer. When you're sitting in your car, before your next appointment, before you go back out and knock, put more notes. That is so important because you want to make sure that any little detail doesn't get lost along the way, okay? Now, when you move over to the closure section, this is going to be for things that they may not be getting solar right now. They've quoted, but you're still following up. There's still some type of work that needs to be done with that customer. You're emailing them on a weekly basis. They needed to talk to their spouse. They needed to work with their CPA. They're getting roof work done first. Something happened that they didn't close now, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to close in the future. The stage after that is final stage. You have 3 areas here that you can choose from. You can win it. That means you sold it, and that's pretty much it. There's no other questions that need to be done there. You have unqualified and you have lost. We're going to do the unqualified first. The unqualified is if they say they ran credit and it was a does not qualify credit. If the income was too low. If they weren't homeowners. Say you set an appointment and you didn't realize they were renters. They didn't qualify for tax credits or other. Those are the unqualified. As far as lost, There's no need, no competition, or loss of competition, poor follow-up, we were too expensive, product and service gap, timing gap, other, or just flat out timing. These are the reasons why. Be honest with yourself when you do these. These aren't to tell on yourself. This is to help you train and figure out where you could have done better in the process and where management can do better in helping you train. So make sure you're honest in it. You can click whatever you need to do there, and then you'll save it. I'm going to go ahead and put this back into closure for now. And every time we set an appointment, again, we're going to do it in 2 areas. And the way that we do that is right here in the appointment set, and then up here in your calendar. So if we rescheduled, you'll put it in closure. You'll have your appointment set here. You'll put it in your calendar. If you need to invite anybody, you can invite them. Let's say you're inviting your manager. That way they know where they're going. And then finally, we have our search. Our search is just to type names, just like it is in any other search bar. You can type a name, an address, an email address, a phone number. It'll bring you directly to that lead without having to search for it. We do have multiple different ways of filtering as well. You've already seen a couple of those. And one of the ways of doing it is right up here at the very top. You can go by the stage name, by the value, by ownership, or when the appointment was set, or even you can do the company, the contact. You can do if it was a hot lead or not. If they clicked on your last email. Just by clicking that add a field, you can now customize your filters on how you want to search for your customers. Then you can save that list, and every time you go to filter, you can do it. Now make sure that if this is highlighted blue at the very top, and you're not seeing all your deals, or you're not seeing all of your qualified or quoted, make sure that that's not blue, because that means one of your filters is still active. So you need to just go in there, clear it out. It'll give you the option to clear filters, and then all of your stuff will pop back up. That's it for the training on how to use the Zendesk app. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email or call. And as always, happy selling.